Yo guys, what's up? 2021, we're here. Happy New Year from the Culture Reset channel. This is the Culture Reset podcast. This is new, you know. I can't lie.
Hi guys.
You know. How you doing, Aquia?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. It's a bit weird doing this for the first time on online and
yeah. I was a bit iffy about doing like a podcast online, but this is the new normal now since, you know, national lockdown, corona. So we just got to get used to it. But yeah, I'm good. My mum just bought me a tea, so
that's the new gag with tea, yeah? Instead of lipstick.
Don't worry, it's still here. Have it on deck just in case. Just in case.
So guys, thank you so much for tuning in once again to the podcast. We're coming in strong. The 2021, more stuff happening, everything. You know, we're steamrolling through. You know what I mean? Steamrolling through little jab and all of that. And what a great way to start the year. What better to start the year actually is that actually we're gonna have a guest. You know, so my guy, our guest today, none other than my boy Trim.
Welcome.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. How you guys' New Year's been so far? It's been a week, actually, a week and a day. So,
yeah.
How's your week been?
Been good. I've been getting a little bit more spiritual, getting more in touch with myself, listening to a bit more jazz. And yeah, just trying to because I feel like there's something different about this year. Like this year is going to be something new.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I feel like this year is going to be like amazing. Question though, before you say how your New Year's been, what do you mean by like more spiritual? Like, what do you mean by that?
Like reading the Bible more. Like the past 2020, I just felt like I was not being controlled, but I had so much in my ear, and I felt like I needed to understand who God is for myself, because no man is gonna take me to heaven. Like,
yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I love that. I love that.
You know what I mean? So I need to get more in touch with him and understand him more. So reading his word and understanding who he is will help me in my life when I go out and meet people and talk to people, and etc. etc.
Amen.
Yeah.
How's yours been, Beto?
Bam. It's been good, you know, so far. You know, trying to be a bit creative. You know, just building blocks and stuff like that. So I've been calm, you know. I don't care about this lockdown. Like, I don't watch news. I don't care about the news. I'm just here to do me, man. You know what I mean? I'm fine being in my own space, in my own room and all of that. And I mean, we've been podcasting it and we're still doing stuff.
Yeah. So. Yeah, my week, I actually haven't watched the news. And it's really weird because like during Corona, I've never watched the news. Like I just didn't really watch it. But I don't know why. Why did I watch it? I think there's a new lockdown and like this new strain, and I wanted to know what was going on. And I find it crazy how like universities haven't been mentioned, but schools have been mentioned. It's just mad to me. But yeah, I don't really care about Corona either, to be honest. Like I'm at home all the time anyways. But our week, I feel like 2021 has been a lot already. I feel like so much has happened already. Like I think spiritually has happened already, to be honest. I feel like the devil is trying me. The devil has been trying me, but I'm aware, so it's fine. Like it's fine. He ain't got nothing on me, so we move.
Oh man, you know what I mean? But yeah, quickly before we get into the episode, quickly guys. Trim, introduce yourself. What do you do? What are you? Well, yeah, what do you do? For the people that don't know.
Who are you?
My name is Tremont Deigh. I'm an actor. Aside from that, I could be a spoken word artist. Aside from that, I could be a model. Aside from that, I could be a clothing line CEO. Aside from that, I could be a screenwriter.
Damn.
That I could be let me not stretch.
Multi-talented.
We thank God for life.
That's so cool.
Aquia, you're usually the one to introduce the topic. What are we doing today?
So today we are doing an episode on whether there's a link between how women dress and sexual harassment, sexual assault. Yeah, that's
Yes.
the episode.
What's your thoughts?
Pardon?
Trim, what's your thoughts? Guest. We're gonna get your views first. Quick.
First things first. No is no. You know, there's no question about that. However, if I'm in a rave, I don't expect to see a girl with, snugs and, thick joggers on and a whole jacket on. Like, you're gonna be more or less like, not much there. And I might like be attracted to that because I'm a dude, I'm a visual creature. So I may approach, but obviously like the girl's not feeling it, boy.
Because of what she's wearing, because of her body.
Because of her face, that's the first thing. You know what I'm saying? Her face is the first thing. Then yeah, body, because cheeks, and and like I move from there, innit? But yeah, like I've seen and heard things where people are in a rave, like whining the girl to like the wrong tune, like a complete. It's not even bashment or dancehall. It's grime, bruv. Like, what's going on, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? So that type of stuff is like mad to me. And yeah, just the aspects of that no means no is like something that has to come, like that all men have to understand, because regardless of what a woman has on, if a girl says no, it's no. And even like sometimes you can tell sometimes by her energy.
Yeah, that's what she's just feeling like right now.
Yeah, I'm saying like if she's not really like feeling you being that close to her, or like really with you, like putting your arm around her, stuff like that, like come on, read what's going on, like read the signs.
Read the room.
Yeah, read the room, man. Like that's the thing. And that in turn helps everybody to understand what's going on.
Yeah. Deigh, do you feel like so Trim, do you feel like there's a link between what you wear and getting sexually harassed, getting sexually assaulted?
Yes and no, because some people like get sexually assaulted and it has nothing to do with what they have on.
Okay.
Deigh?
Yeah. I think yes, and I mean straight out yes, not because of the fact that the woman's actually audaciously putting herself out there just to be completely sexually appealing to actually get a man for them to assault, but like from the male perspective, they see someone who's just bunda, back, breast out or whatever, like nice, and it's like, yeah, that's the one I want. So it's not, I will always say it's not the woman's fault, but she chose to wear it at the same time. So where do we draw the line?
Okay.
What about you? What do you think, Akuya?
No, there's no link to what you wear and getting sexually harassed at all. Because you can say, of course, wearing less, you're gonna get, you can get whatever. But like what Trim said, it's not about what you wear. For me, I feel like it's down to the individual, the person, the assaulter, the harasser. It's not about the woman and what she's wearing, because regardless of what I wear, it's gonna happen. Like I can be wearing a burqa and get sexually harassed. People wear head to toe covered in joggers, jumper, and you still get sexually harassed. So no, there's no link to what you wear.
But it does play a role, right? Like because we hear a lot of stories of things that happen in the club, things that happen at night and stuff like that. And sometimes what they're wearing could have been something that could have led to that as well, if you understand what I mean. Because they saw that's something that's visual. They want to just, okay, cool, I wanna approach that. So don't you think that I'm not saying that women shouldn't wear what they don't want to wear, but don't you think that that's something that a woman should think about? You know, even though it's sad to kind of say that because women should be allowed to wear what they want.
Yeah. It is something we have to think about. We have no choice because there's men that feel like if I wear this, I have access to you because you're wearing that. And that's not true. That's not the case. Like I should be able to wear what I want and you not feel like because you're a visual creature, you have the right to come and harass me and come and assault me. But I do feel like you can wear that same man can see someone wearing blue shorts, crop top, harass, assault someone, and next day see someone fully covered and harass, assault them too. That's how I feel because that's a sickness, that's an illness for you to feel like you want to do that to someone. That's to do with you and your mind. So that's just who you are. So regardless of whatever they're wearing, that is who you are. So yeah. What about you, Trim? Oh, go on. Whoever wants to say anything.
No, I was just gonna quickly before Trim, you're gonna say what you're gonna say. I just want to quickly, for those who don't understand what actually sexual harassment is, I actually wanted to say what the meaning is from the internet. So
are we talking about sexual harassment or sexual assault? Because they're two different things.
Yes, assault, yeah.
We're talking about both.
We'll talk about both. So I do want to put harassment, but we can touch on assault later on. So this is the harassment.
Okay, cool. Harassment.
Tie in. So it says sexual assault is seen as unwelcome advances, requests for sexual favors, and other verbal or physical conduct of a sexual nature when submission to such conduct is made either explicit or inexplicit term, or inexplicitly a term or a condition of an individual employment or etc. 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 So it's just basically trying to say that kind of making sexual advances that could be or sexual comments or all the type of thing that could make a woman feel comfortable, and sexual harassment can lead to sexual assault.
Yeah. Do you guys have examples? Do you guys know examples of like sexual harassment that might not be seen as sexual harassment, but is? Or that you guys just don't know? Because I feel like a lot of men don't know because I feel like we're taught that it's the woman's problem, women cover up and nothing will happen. So I feel like in society, men are not able to unlearn certain things because that's just how society makes it seem like it's a woman's problem. So I feel like there's certain things that men just don't know innocently because it's just seen as a woman's problem and they're just not taught it. So what do you guys feel like sexual harassment, an example of it could be?
I remember in like back in school, we were in the sixth form at the time, and there was this girl that I think she was like a year below us, and there was this other kid that was like he's like a proper what was he, year 9 or something like that. But this girl was known to be, do you know what I'm saying? Like be what's the word I'm looking for? When she's just out there.
Out there, yeah.
Liberal. Let me just say that. She's like sexually liberal, isn't it? And
so like she has sex with men and stuff, or what?
Pretty much, yeah. And like I remember, I think I saw from a distance, where this Donny like had her arm around her. This guy's in uniform. This girl's in like sixth form clothes as well, yeah. So this guy had had his arm around her, and he's talking to her, and I could kind of see that she's like, relax, and they're about the same height. Do you get what I'm saying? So like, it was. I think it was like not difficult for her to break away, but just like, bruv, like allow it, bruv. Like, do you know what I'm saying? And I don't know if it turned into anything. I didn't see that far, but yeah, man, it's looking back, it's just like, bruv, like, come on, man.
What about you, Vito?
Now that what Trim is saying, it's kind of sparked up something similar in my mind as well. I think I've seen it firsthand. where like the female was uncomfortable in the room, and this is when I was like back in school anyway, as well, and they were much younger and stuff like that. And the girl was just like, "Leave me alone, can you stop?" and stuff like that. And I was just like, "No, just need to leave it, kind of leave her alone." You know what I mean? And they just thought it was like kind of a joke and stuff like that. But she looked uncomfortable. She wasn't really. She didn't want her. She didn't want to be touched. You know what I mean? And she didn't want kind of that attention around her. She just wanted her space. And seeing that was kind of unnerving. It was kind of uncomfortable for me to watch as well because why are you just, she's telling you she doesn't want something and you're clearly going against that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's no, like she said, you know what I mean? It's disgusting for me personally.
Yeah. Not even just no, like I just feel like keep your hands to yourself. Like, and you know what? With a harassment, it's not even just like hands touching someone, it's also what you say. I can walk down the road and someone catcall me. That's harassment. Like you say whatever you say, that's harassment. You can what's an example? Come back to me. But yeah, it's also like words as well. So it's not even just about touching me, is you saying certain things to me. Oh, let me give an example, yeah. I got sexually harassed at work, right? I was working in a restaurant, London City Airport, and then the head chef, obviously I'm new, and then he says to me, "Oh, smile." And for me, like, a lot of girls don't like when men say smile, but before I used to think it was innocent. I didn't think it was a thing. I didn't think it was like anything. But now I understand. Now I get it from like where he took it to go, where a lot of women don't like it. So he used to be like, "Oh, to me, oh, smile," and I was like, I thought it was funny, like, yeah, cool, whatever. And then after, we'll just get in a bit much. Like he would say to me, like, "Oh my god, this man's crazy." He would say stuff like, he started talking about my body, and was like, "Oh, there's a lot of fat people here. Your body's nice," and I'll be like, "Whoa, like
that's crazy."
Yeah, or like he could talk about my bum, or he would just like say comments here and there every day. He would say something, and it's crazy because a lot of women can't speak up or can't, because for example, like him, at first I thought he was a friendly guy. You know, I didn't see anything he said as like harmful. But so in a situation like that, when they start doing that, a woman can, I think it's because of the way society sees it as, we feel comfortable to speak up because it's like, oh, you were cool at first, like to say something, it's gonna make me seem like, you know, I'm the bad guy because he's a nice guy. But yeah, that's an example of being sexually harassed, someone like saying certain things to you and making you feel really uncomfortable.
I had a friend who got sexually harassed at work, and like people was like touching her and stuff. And me, like when that's someone I care about, like my friend, like I feel to do something, if I'm being honest. Sorry, off topic, but how tall are you,
A queer.
But, sorry.
It's okay. 5'3".
5'3". Boom. I think she's about the same height. And
but how are you?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm 6'4".
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But you're happy to say that.
No, but yeah, so she's about the same height, and it's like when people feel like they can take advantage because someone may seem smaller than them, it just makes it that much more, it aggravates me that much more, because like you feel like you have the power just because you have height over them or you have size over them. And obviously I think men are built with like harder bone structure or something like that, like naturally stronger than women in it. So like I think that's what makes some men feel that they have the power too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That all that stuff just aggravates
like
me.
a power trip for them.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, actually mad, like. But yeah, that's why I feel like it doesn't really matter what you wear. Like it just comes down to the man himself. It's like he's just sick. Like he's literally just sick. Question. Do you guys feel like, because I feel like being sexually harassed, yeah, it also comes down to the woman as well, because you might not feel like you're doing something, but me, I feel uncomfortable, very uncomfortable. Like I feel like I'm being harassed right now. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of men, like you could have possibly harassed someone, but you don't know. Do you know what I mean? I feel like that's hard for men to accept. It's like no, but it's like that's just reality, because it's not even just about you. You could have touched my waist. You shouldn't. Don't touch me. You shouldn't touch me. But you can innocently touch my waist, and that's harassment to me. Especially if someone has been assaulted before, they don't like being touched in any way at all. And you don't know they've been assaulted before. You don't know what they're going through. You don't know anything about that. So them being innocently touched is harassment to them, because they're in their body. They just feel their body shuts down. They just feel violated altogether.
Yeah,
I think you get some males and females as well, but you get some males that are kind of touchy-feely people. I'm a touchy-feely people myself. That's the type of person I am. But I think the thing of like, you kind of had, like Trim said in the beginning, you kind of have to start to read the room and then actually ask sometimes if it's okay, if you understand what I mean. Not necessarily okay to like, oh, if it's okay, I can touch your waist and stuff like that. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that, is it okay if I could get a bit closer? Because we need to remember, especially as males, yeah, and Trim, you understand this as well, like, if whatever we can, we are probably more at risk of like, in fact, we are at risk of getting into trouble more so than the female about sexual assault or sexual
100%.
harassment.
Especially because like men assault and harassment isn't taken seriously in society in general. So you're seen like you can't get sexually harassed, you can't get sexually assaulted, but that's not true.
And it's true, we can get assaulted. It's just that because of the fact it's such a male dominant society, and we are so more in the figureheads. When we do something wrong, when we do something wrong to a woman, we have to go down harder on us, because ultimately we are stronger than a woman by nature, and it's not okay to be like that. So like if we go into like sexual assault territory, why do we, that's the question I want to ask you. What actually consists of sexual assault? Just for the viewers as well. I understand, but go have the conversation.
And I feel like in general we don't really know any of this stuff. Like in general, we're not taught about this stuff. Like even a woman, you can get assaulted, you can get harassed and not know you're being harassed. You not know you're being assaulted and be complicit in it yourself because you just don't understand and realize maybe a year later, oh wait, I got assaulted that day and not understand. So I feel like we don't really know. So we need to get definition right now, because like what is the definition of it?
You're queer as a woman. What do you consist as like sexual assault?
I don't know, many things to be honest. Touching me in a way, touching me touch me sexually and me not wanting that.
Okay.
To me, that is sexual assault. What about you guys?
Sexual assault, it is like touching, like just in general, like, even like you said, it's not sometimes it's not just you touching the person, it's also what you say as well. So like some things is like, yo, what? Like, do you know what I'm saying? Some things I hear what some men say, like in regards to they see a girl's picture or whatever. Like they may just say that to the man, then they won't say that to her, or maybe they might in her DMs. Who knows? But it's mad when you think about it, because it's just like, bro, do you know what you're saying, bro? Like she may not, like she doesn't deserve that message, bro. Like
yeah, I'm getting the definition right now.
Okay.
It says sexual assault is an act in which a person intentionally sexually touches another person without that person's consent or coerces or physically forces a person to engage in a sexual act against their will. So I don't know if you guys know what coerce is. It's basically like
encourage, right?
Not encourage, but kind of encourage, but like once a girl says no, but you keep like say, come on,
persistent.
Yeah, being persistent in it, and if she gives in, that's rape.
Yeah,
that's rape. Yeah, and it's a form of sexual violence, which includes child sexual abuse, groping, rape, forced vaginal, anal, or oral penetration, or a drug-facilitated sexual assault, or the torture of a person in a sexual manner. So sexual assault is about the touching. Harassment is about touching and what you say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now we're getting it clear. So
consent is important, man. Honestly, consent is so important.
Beautiful. It's beautiful.
Consent is so important. Like, it's actually mad. Like, especially like what I said before. Like, especially for a woman that's been assaulted before. I feel like because it's not like, I don't know. I don't know if it's the norm to ask for consent, but I would say it's not the norm to ask for consent because I feel like we just feel like you're interested in me, I'm interested in you. Like, let's do this. But I feel like, especially with someone that's been sexually assaulted, the person might not know that you have been. So, like, they're gonna feel uncomfortable in a situation where something might happen just because of their anxiety, what they've been through before, all these feelings start coming up. So it's like, ask them, is this okay? Can I do this? Because at that moment, they might feel triggered and not want to do anything, even though they like you, and even though they will want to maybe in the future, but right then and there, it's just like, this is a bit much for me. So I feel like consent is so important in relationships, because I feel like, especially, I feel like it gets abused in relationships. Men feel like, because you're my girlfriend, you have to have sex with me. Because you're my girlfriend, you must do this. But that's not the case. You can rape someone even when they're your girlfriend.
Yeah. And that's something I was going to come to as well. It's like, even in a relationship as well, you need to you need to be able to say, okay, cool. Is it okay me doing this to you? Or is it like, not necessarily let me say it in a corny way. And it's not even corny anyway. Just say like, is it okay? Like, you know.
Consent is sexy.
It's the best thing in the world, man.
Consent is sexy. Like, man asking you, can I? What? Wow.
It shows a level of respect.
Yeah, 100%.
Because then women do it to a lot of women do it to us as well. They ask, you know, we have to have that conversation. That they have to be okay. If they're not okay, don't do it. Like, I know that if I'm in a position where like my girlfriend doesn't want me to do something to her, I have to stop, because then if you continue, then there's assault. And it's just like there's a lack of respect for the female's body. You know?
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Then
especially black women.
In fact, not even especially black women, all women.
No, but especially black women, especially. I'm sorry, like,
especially in what sense?
Because due to institutional racism, black women have been objectified and sexualized throughout history. So yes, women are objectified, but especially black women, because there's a rooted in racism. So yeah, that's why I say especially black women, because there's a thing, it's an actual thing.
I think it's deeper past like when like slaves were in Africa. Well, slaves were in America and stuff. Like, even if you look at some of the history of like the great kings and stuff like that of Africa, like some of them, they had multiple wives, and some of them were young, like insanely young. So the idea of like knowing, women have been abused literally for centuries. We gotta protect our women, man, because if we don't, finished.
We do. And a way for men to protect women is asking for consent. Like, honestly, because it's like, I don't want to feel uncomfortable with my man. I don't want to feel uncomfortable with someone that I'm talking to. And that's possible because of past experiences. That is very possible. Like, just because you're my boyfriend, just because you're my ting, doesn't mean you're not exempt. You're still a man. Like, and I still have these feelings, and I still have my experiences that lead to how I feel in the situation. So a way to protect women is to literally ask for consent.
Word. You need to protect your woman. You need to protect everything that's around her. Monitor what's going on. Even like, would you expect your mom to? Would you want your mom to be in that situation? You have to kind of think about it like that, because mom is a woman. Your sister
And
is
that's so crazy, though. That's so crazy that, like, see, thinking like your mom's a woman, she is gonna get sexually harassed. She has probably been sexually assaulted before in her lifetime. Like, deep it.
The thought of
That's mad.
It's mad. And do you know what? It sounds so mad? It's because of the fact that we just see our mums are our mum. I bet if by nature we call dad's mums, we call dad's mum, because that's the title we give to a man parent, yeah. Then it just wouldn't be like that. But because we need to really think biologically before even anything, before even they're your parents, like before they're your mom, she's a woman.
Yeah.
Those things happen. You know what I mean? So once you start to think about it like that, that's when you start to really deal with, like, I don't want my sister to be treated like that. I don't want my mom to be treated like that. I don't want my cousin to be treated like that. My cousin's a female. I don't want her to be treated like that. Then you can start to open up and say, hey,
really? I don't want a human to be treated like that. Like, exactly. Why do you feel like you can violate me? Like, why do you feel like you can violate? Like, deep it, like, this is my space. This is my space. This is me. Yeah, this is me. And you feel like you can come into my space and violate that. For what reason? Because you're a man. And you feel like, what? You're bigger than me. What? You have that right over my body because society tells you you have that right. It's not okay. We need to unlearn these things, because these things are implemented in our brains. Like, it's not everyone's fault. People are told you can do this. People are told, yeah, what? Do that. What? Like, it's her fault anyway. She shouldn't be wearing that anyways. But no, like, that's why I honestly feel like there's no link to what you wear. Like, yeah, we can say, cool, what you wear, kids can bring more attention to you. Cool. Yeah, of course. Do you know what I mean?
What you're saying there still is a link. It's just not a definitive link to sexual harassment or sexual assault. It's not a definitive one. It's just a link. If you understand what I mean. It can be a contributing factor. You know what I mean?
It can be a contributing factor.
It can be a contributing factor. It doesn't mean it is. It can.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah, it can be a contributing factor, but it's not the contributing factor.
No, but yeah.
But it can be. But it's not. That's not the reason why. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you know what I mean?
I feel like we also as well, like,
because also, even when, like, even just because I'm wearing doesn't mean I'm like, there's gonna be times where I don't get harassed. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can be wearing whatever and be fine. No one looks at me a certain way, or like, that is rare. But yeah, that possibly could happen. But obviously, as a woman, you do see more stares when you're wearing something that's more revealing as well. But sorry, what were you gonna say?
I think so. What I was gonna say as well is just like, do you think that the culture of these days in the modern day, do you think is the glamorization of sexuality of women really playing into it as well? And then also, what was I gonna say? Do you feel that women? Yeah, that's it. That's the question. Do you feel that women also sexually assault women as well? Not assault, harass. Because I see a lot of it online, me personally, when they say, oh, her boobs are big enough or whatever, this and that, and just, that type of thing. That plays also into a factor. That's harassment regardless.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely, especially because there's queer women as well. So there's women that actually are attracted to women and actually want to do these advantages to them. So yeah, of course, like, women can.
But even they're not sexually attracted to you, isn't that still?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Like, that's just the point I made. But yeah, you can still sexually harass someone if you're a woman. Same way men can sexually harass another man. I feel
as well
like
as women. Go on.
no, sorry, go on.
I was gonna say that as well as women sexually harassing men as well. Like,
Yeah,
it's on all counts. Like anybody, not to say it like that, but anybody could get it.
yeah, literally.
So it's just something to be cautious of. I got a point that I want to bring up, but I'll let you guys finish.
You can talk.
Yeah, go for it.
Do you feel that porn has a part to play as well in the way how men are approached?
Oh, you really went there.
Like, yeah, it came to me. I was just thinking, like, you know what? Yeah, this is it's a touchy thing, but how many of us are exposed to porn and then thereafter, when we go to engage and interact with females in the real world?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to start?
Yeah.
As a man, anyways, you know.
As a man, yeah, 100%. Yes. It makes you look at a woman in a different way. It makes you start to sexualize women more. It makes the nature of lust is a massive factor and contributes heavily to sexual harassment or sexual assault, because you just thinking in that lustful mind that that's what I want. I don't care. I'm getting that. You know what I mean? Like, you're a woman, you are what I want. You got the nice bunda, you got the nice breast. Yeah, come, that's it. And that's just so fucked up, because when you watch those type of things, you think you're watching it and you just actively engage with that sexual part of your brain. So then when you are always all the time in the world, that's what you see. And I think as men, kind of from, and I think Trim, you might agree with me on this one, but I think from young, when we start to see those things, it really fucks up the mind, because you just only see women one way. And that's why you see a lot of men sometimes struggling to be in relationships, because they just can't even handle not being in a lustful nature. They can't be free around women. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
100%.
I agree. I feel like porn plays a big part in this, like a big part, because like I feel like porn is so normalized in society, but it's not something that people should be watching. Like, it's so perverted and it perverts your mind like so much. Like, we shouldn't be thinking about people in lustful ways. We shouldn't be. Like, we actually shouldn't be, realistically. Like, there's so much things that, like, porn perverts sex as well, because sex is supposed to be something so pure, and it becomes something that's so dirty and something that's just not godly, because sex is a godly thing. Like, it's not a worldly thing, it's a godly thing. And like, these things pervert what is actual, like, is actual, what's that word, is actual meaning, I guess. I don't know if that's the word.
Intention.
Yeah, it's actual intention. And I feel like, especially with men, like, porn is so normalized in the men world. Like, it's so normalized. It's like, you're supposed to watch it from a young age. People introduce you to it from a young age. It's like, you're fucking up people's minds from young. Like, from young. Like, we're so full of lust, and I don't think it's okay. Like, it's not, and it's so normalized.
Like, I can tell you experience that I did, like, about last year, and I did it last year or 2 years ago. I remember there was a time, remember the DT blocks?
Yeah.
In school, like when you were year 7, year 8 times. There's the computer room that we were in, and we were just, me and some of my classmates at the time were having a DT lesson. And then some part of the lesson we were just searching up WWE wrestlers, female wrestlers, and we're like, oh, she's dang, she's paying. I was part of it as well. I was like, oh wow. But then that, when you think about it, it's like, raw. We watching like WWE. I know it's not related to porn per se, but like, it kind of is, because there's a certain revelation of the body being shown on the TV, and be like, raw. We were looking at that from young, like, so a woman wearing that type of attire on a wrestling show to fight, like, that's mad. If you understand what I mean, it's crazy. So that when you link that and then you link it to porn, if that is kind of mad, like
But
you
I say something.
Yeah.
But don't men wrestling like wear like boxes as well?
Yeah. I understand that. Yeah, they do as well. But what I mean by that is that the point I'm trying to make in here is that we're like 12, 13-year-old children searching up about how sexy a woman looks.
Yeah, and we had things like Babe Station on TV. Like we had things on TV that you can literally, and then it's there. Like that's mad. It's so. And now think about social media. Twitter, you can just type in anything. You have a page of porn. Like it's so accessible now. It's at our fingertips. Like it's just there, and yeah, it's right there. And it's not okay. Like it's not okay. And what you said about thinking about the real world, like I feel like it affects how relationships, because people expect certain things from women. People think women look a certain way that is not true. Like people just don't understand the woman body because of what they see on porn and what they see on social media and what they see on TV about what a woman is. Like you guys don't know women and how they look like. And even certain things, for example, you can think a woman having hard nipples means that she's horny. That's such a stereotype, but that's not true. Like, I'm sorry, it can be cold here.
Men have it too. Men have it too.
Same thing.
Men have what?
Like, if we get our hard on, it doesn't necessarily mean that we're on it to chop. But women like, I feel it doesn't mean that.
That's actually so mad, you know.
That's what I'm saying. But we women wouldn't know that though, unless we tell them.
Yeah, literally. That's so mad. So many things are so perverted. So
it is. I was literally gonna say, like, as much as we need to learn you, I feel like we need to learn you more, but we also need to learn about ourselves. Like in terms of like women need to learn about us too, because stuff like that. This is the first time you've heard it, right?
Yeah, literally.
Do you know what I'm saying? And not a lot
what about what I said? Did you guys know that already?
I've heard that before. I won't lie to you.
What you?
I was shocked about that, to be honest. I've not heard that.
Yeah. I've heard that before. But it's just like we got men have to learn more about women, but also like we have to learn about each other as well.
Yeah, literally, because we're so different. Like biologically, we're different. It's like we just won't know because what we see like is a perverted version of who we actually are.
Yeah.
Because of things like porn, because of things of social media, because of things like hip hop and culture and all these things. And like that's why like it's actually so mad that this thing about like clothes and like gets harassed, because like the culture will tell you that yo woman, you better cover up. Like it's her fault. She was like, hey, what was she wearing? That's the first thing people ask. What was she wearing?
Yeah.
What do you mean what was I wearing? Like why should what I wear affect that? Like why? Like why? And do you know what I said before, guys? Go on.
Go on. No, but I was going to quickly say then on the flip side, it's just like, are you trying to make it so sexually appealing for someone to come into you? That's the argument that people will pose. You understand what I mean?
Yeah, but they can say that, but at the same time, but like, bro, like, I'm going to the club, like, I'm going out, like. I want to look sexy. Like I want to feel sexy. Why can't I wear this stuff and not like? And I have to have someone on my back. Like I have to have someone come to me. Like leave me alone. Like go away. Like who are you? Where are you from? I don't know you from nowhere. You feel like you can touch me. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. But what was your other point? I wanted to quickly say something before your other point. Yeah, but when you said something about the word sexiness as well, yeah. Being sexy doesn't mean you're trying to be sexually attracted to someone else. Sometimes you can be sexy for yourself.
Yeah.
I think that word is being sexy is just mainly to the other person, you know. But it's you need to sometimes more so for yourself. So sometimes when and I've been in this thing before, so it's like, oh. Now you're obviously trying to appeal to someone. You can't, you know what I mean? But that's that. But even me thinking about that now, it's mad because like you're just doing it for yourself.
Yeah,
you know
literally. Because imagine, like, I've had uni for how long? I haven't gone out, looked nice, haven't felt pretty in a long time. I want to go out, look pretty, feel pretty, and I should be able to do that without someone coming to me and saying I must want their attention because I'm wearing this and I look like this. But no, that's not true, and that's not fair. I was gonna say what I said earlier about like the harassment thing, like how men cannot know that they're sexually harassing someone. Like you guys could possibly harass someone but not know. Do you agree with that?
It's possible. I won't rule it out. I won't say I'm perfect, but yeah, it's possible.
Yeah, but I actually had a falling out with someone, with one of my friends, because we had a conversation. It was mad. We had this conversation, and like, obviously, we're talking about this topic, and he was so adamant that no, like a woman, what she wears, like, why is she wearing that? A woman should cover up so she doesn't all these stuff. And I obviously was alarmed because he wasn't listening to my point. I told him like, listen, that view is harmful for women because we live in a society which tells us it's our fault that if we wear this, that means we should get touched, or that means it's our fault we shouldn't have been wearing this, and that's not the case. And I also explained that the harassment thing about like you can harass someone and not know, and it's not about you. It doesn't mean you're a bad person. It just means that you just didn't know that because you don't know the girl. You don't know how she feels inside. You don't know what's gonna alarm her. You don't know what's gonna make her feel like she's been harassed. And he was very angry about that, and he just felt like, no, like how can I say this about him? But it's like it's not about you as a man. It's like it's not about that. Like you can innocently touch someone's arm, touch someone's waist, touch someone, anything. Be friends with them, be comfortable with them. You feel like you can do that, and they just feel violated. And he just didn't understand that, and yeah, very angry about that. But it's real life.
You know where I can come from his angle, yeah? I think it's a thing where like the word intention is a big word. What is your intention? You know what I mean? If I say I'm gonna use it as an example, because you say like I touched you, like I'm okay, cool. I'll give you like a hug or something. I just touch you like randomly, and you just think it's sexual assault. But then I might not. But I'm not really trying to assault you. I'm just trying to show affection as a friend to you.
Yeah.
So do you understand what I mean? So it's
that's
about
intention. That's what I'm saying as well. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying like not intentionally do something to harass someone, but it come across that to them. That's where I'm coming from as well, because it's about intention here, right? You're like, I know that he's not that type of person to do that. Well, I hope I know that, but yeah. Yeah, so intentionally you won't try to do that, but you can. And most men, if not all men, have harassed someone in their lifetime, not knowing, not with the intention to, because it's just life.
Word. Like the way how you touch someone, it could be a trigger point for that person. Like you said, if you just touch her wrist, like raw, but that could like trigger a memory or something, and that's what makes her like so uncomfortable for anybody to just touch her wrist just like that. So
100%.
Yeah, so that's why you as men, like, you can't rule out and say I haven't never ever done it. Like, it's a possibility, like, you know.
Yeah, a big one as well, because women don't speak out about these things. Like, we don't know. You wouldn't know. You don't know if your sister has. You don't know if your mum has. You don't know if your friend has. You don't know these things. You don't know what they've been through. Like, it's very possible that they have been. They have been. Like, they have been. They're women. Like, they've been harassed.
One form or another. And it's so sad to say that as well, you know. Very, very sad to say.
It's true.
It is.
I think another thing that constitute as harassment in a sense is it goes along the lines of the catcalling. But you know, like when like a guy moves to a girl, yeah, like in paying or good looking stuff like that, and after he said, "No, I'm not really interested," and stuff like that. Then he say, "No, you weren't really paying anyway." That's so fucked.
That's childish.
It's childish. It is harassment, because it's just like, I only want you for one. It looks like you only want me for. I only want you for one thing. Like, I'm just looking at your body. Like, you're paying when I'm looking at that. No, I don't want you.
God. I don't know what's so annoying. Like, you'll be walking and a man beats you. You haven't even seen my face, bro. I can be dead. I could be the deadest thing you've ever seen, and you're booping. Like, come on.
I mean, the eyes wander. Yeah, I can say eyes wander. yeah, but
Yeah, definitely.
there's it's either like, are you can wonder, I think something, and then you can act on it. Just because you're thinking something doesn't mean you should act on it. Keep
Yeah.
it to yourself. If you think that way, cool, that's you. It might not be great, but if you act upon it and then it comes off the wrong way, you're gonna look like the wrong person.
Yeah. So as humans, we have mad thoughts. Like mad thoughts come in and out our heads. Like we're just sinful. Like we're very sinful. We're sinful. We're sinful. Yeah, we're sinners. Yeah. So I thought can come into your head. That's not even you. Like that's not even you. And yeah,
It's so mad. It's
it
so
is.
mad. I say to round up then, how can we
Wait.
as a society
Sorry. Before you round up, I want to bring another point. Let's talk about the club and like how, you know, people are more prone to get like sexually harassed, assaulted in the club because of what women are wearing. Like, is it valid for you to feel like you can touch me because I'm in a club and I'm wearing something that's revealing? Like,
Okay. Me personally, like, if a dancehall tune or bashment tune is going on and like we're in close proximity, like I'm an inch closer, but it takes the confidence to approach, no? Like, you get me? I'm not gonna be shy about like wanting to get wine, but I'm not gonna be forceful either. I'm not gonna be sour if I don't get either. Like,
yeah. I've been tough before.
Yeah, what? Come on, man. I'm a guy. I get rejected almost every day. Come on.
In terms of like wanting to wine with a girl, has she like looked behind and been like, nah?
No, you know what? Sometimes she doesn't look back. Her brethren just like, nah.
Oh, the brethren. Oh,
you just gotta take that on the chin, innit? And like, obviously, it's cool, innit? Just move on. Like, she's not the only girl in this room.
Yeah, not that deep.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not that deep. It's not by force.
Not
No one
by
has
force.
to. I don't have to
have
wine.
confidence to approach her and like, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, like when you're in the zone, you're in the zone. We're both moving in accordance.
Yeah.
Vezo?
Yeah, go on.
Yes, I have been tough. Just
Not the
that.
surfing. Forget about surfing. Just the club clothes.
I think you need to being close. Everybody's in close proximity. I'll just be a more two minds, really, to be honest with you. I wouldn't. If you kind of give me signs, that's why I think people need to understand body language too. That's another thing that we need to learn. If you're,
I don't
if
think
I'm
people should
reading,
take signs. That's what I feel. I feel like don't take no signs because that sign you think is there is not there. Literally, that sign is not a sign. I can be looking because I'm nosy. I don't want you. I'm nosy.
okay, raw.
It's true.
It's true. No, I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying.
No, it's true.
I just feel like I don't think you should touch someone until you kind of understand that they're okay to do it, and or B, they invite you to. I think other than that, keep it as arm's length. Sometimes when I meet females, like, and I meet someone new for the first time, did I shake your hand, queer, when I met you the first time, right?
I don't remember. I don't think so.
But usually I would do something like that to be more open, because I don't want to be the person where it's like, I come and give you a hug today, unless you do that to me, because I don't want to put you under uncomfortability. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying I'm going to shake a hand at the club, but what I mean is just that.
That's funny. I mean, no, but yeah, you actually could though. Like you could be like, but in like a nice, smooth way. Like you take her hand, something smooth. Not like a meat and steak.
Thank you for the wine. Thank you.
You just need to just respect people's boundaries and respect people's space first before you start to get touchy-feely. And even that's something I've had to learn myself. You know what I mean?
And he had a fight with a man in a club because he felt like he could touch me. I was in Ghana. Ghana. When I tell you, yeah, going to Ghana, this was last year. It was like the worst experience, like being in a club without a man, because men feel like they can just touch you anyhow. Honestly, like it was the most aggravating thing in my life. And then one time I was in the club with it happened twice. But the one where I nearly had a fight with him was just once, but the harassment side was like twice that day, where it was a lot. So I was in Kumasi now, in a bar called Vienna. And then I come down there's like an upstairs, downstairs, yeah. I come down the stairs, and then some man, like, my cousin was in front of me, some guy like kind of like grabs her dress. So I'm like move him, like, what are you doing? I said to him, like, what are you doing? Carry on walking now. We go there, you know, we're dancing, whatever. He comes after us, like, there was something on her dress. I said, there was nothing on her dress. There was nothing on her dress. What do you mean? Like, and he was trying to argue with us, and we just left him now. Cool. Like, a couple minutes later, whatever, walking now. People will have come downstairs. We're going back upstairs now, and then this man that he was with comes and like grabs my arm, and I like do that to him, like, what the fuck? And then he strokes my back.
Whoa.
Guys, when I tell you, yeah, I turned around and I barged him. I was ready to scrap right then. Then I was like, yeah, he's gonna throw hands. He's gonna throw hands, because that push was not no small push. I was ready to scrap him right then and there. I was like, I don't care if you're a man. You cannot, like, I cannot. You know, I nearly cried. Like, I legit nearly cried, because I was like, how can you do that? After you just touch me, you come back a couple minutes later to grab my arm and then do that. You're fucked. You're sick. You're sick. It was mad. Like, honestly, I felt so violated. I just felt like, this man, how can you do this? Like, it was crazy.
Boy.
It's crazy.
Mad. And that was out of spite as well. He did that out of spite, because he felt like, why do you not to touch you? Clearly, because why are you annoyed that I don't want you to touch me? That you feel like you need to do that? So it was out of spite.
I understand that.
I was so ready to scrap him, guys. Like, I would have got beaten up, but I would not care. Like, I would not care.
You're a woman. You're trying to protect yourself at the end of the day. You understand what I mean?
What?
So you have to do what is required. You know, no one's gonna tell you otherwise. So it's even good you stood up for yourself. There's some women that can't stand up for themselves.
That's
you know
it.
what I mean? So
and there could be times where you stand up for yourself and sometimes you don't. I feel like women, we need to like do it more, where we just like, because you can freeze in situations, you can feel so small, it's easy to not say something. But I feel like in the heat of the moment, that's why I like wild out, because what the fuck? I didn't expect it, and it was a bio. But it could be situations where that could happen, where you just feel so violated that you just but I feel like we need to, like, I don't know, because it's like, how do you in that situation come out of that shell? So it's kind of a hard one. But we do pick up, and we do like put people in their place more, and tell and say no, and more, and just
I might not ever see me saying this, especially women on the show. Violate the boy, fam. Violate the man. Violate him in this situation, because they violate. Huh?
You mean like thump him up, like really, like spin his jaw, like?
We should. We really should.
If it gets to that length, I was like,
we should.
But
it's got to that length when you touch me.
When you get to that length, it's just like I know a person that she was speaking about a situation that happened to her. Fam, she was gonna light a taxi driver's arm. She had a lighter in her hand.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, like, that's mad, but yeah, you need it, because you need to know that you can't touch a woman in that way.
Yeah.
You know?
I should have punched his face.
I thought that's what you were gonna do, you know, but then like,
no, I was ready for him to hit me, and I was ready to hit him back. Like I was so ready. Everyone was like, "Oh yeah, like I got arguing with him. Like, what are you doing? He should have hit me. He should have hit me. He should have hit me. He should have. No, he should have. Honestly, I'll see him in Ghana one day. I'll catch him one day.
Please, I think the biggest thing to take away from this episode today, is consent. It is not bad to ask to do something to the opposite sex or to the same sex if that's what you're into. You know, it is sexy because like if you come like babes, like it's alright, touch it. That is
that is saying. That is saying.
It sets the mood as well, and it can be like it shows that you kind of got game as well. You know what I mean? Not force. So you know, as well as respect, and to anybody who's watching as well who has been in that situation who wants to also talk about it, we can set up something where we can have a good discussion and just understand your story a bit more and kind of find a way to kind of work out, because this won't be the end of this type of topics. We're going to be bringing them more. We need this type of topics. We need to have these conversations, between them and between them. So,
because we learned something new today from both sides.
Yeah.
So I feel like these conversations are important to have, especially like opposite genders, because we just don't know a lot of stuff, and we need to be educated because schools don't teach us. Parents shy away from these type of conversations, so we need to talk to our age mates and have an understanding about these things, so people are protected. Both are protected.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, and also, it's not. If you ask for someone to snap and they say no, walk away, please. Don't harass them. Don't say like, don't do that. It's annoying. I said no. No means no. That's it. Number, snap, Instagram, no means no. Just walk away. Take it on the chin.
Yes, like that, boy. You know what I'm saying? I think you guys like really like got to it, and yeah, just like men learn about women more, especially our black women, man. We need to, like I said, we need to protect them. And if we're living in this kind of world where white people feel, especially like white men feel like they have the power to take and take and take and take, we need to be able to say, no, you're not taking this from us. Like, we stand for our own, we protect our own, we're fighting for our own, we love our own. So yeah, man, men learn about women, women learn more about us too. And yeah, eventually, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, guys, for watching again today. We really appreciate it. The first episode of the year. We have another one with our guest Trim. That's gonna come out about a few weeks after or whatever. You're gonna see him again. You're gonna be seeing him regularly. So thank you so much, Trim, for coming on. Honestly, for taking the time.
Thank you so much.
It's an honor. Honestly, like you guys keep going, man. I love what you guys are doing. Yeah. God bless you.
Man. So much.
God bless you too.
Thank you. So guys, we're gonna end. We ain't trying to pretend, but we're just trying to be a friend. So I don't know. I'm trying to do what?
What the hell did you just say?
Man, who knows, man? Who knows, man?
Oh, that's funny.
Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, take care. You're a bit. Take care.
Bye.